It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. I heard them saying that we lost diversity in rap. How the fuck is that when y'all just been supporting trap? I'm charged up like jumper cables, dropping with no label, breaded up like bagels, finna wipe these niggas off the map. I got some shit in the tuck you ain't heard of, sipping Bloody Mary, my lyrics on bloody murder. Your name in my journal circled, I'm riding with your beach, yeah, we out at murder. The second coming to greatness, I feel like color purple. I'm on the level y'all ain't ready for. Shout it, want the wood, I'm a cutting board. Been a legend in Atlanta, bitch, I'm past the Troy. Pretty boy, but that money finna pull a Floyd. The jewels sparkle in that water, pass me a LaCroix. River Daily, you never needed the alias. Independently checking my Nikes, came from them avias. I've been on my hustle, car shuffle, niggas hard smuggled. If you want trouble, got muscle like WrestleMania. Boy, stop. We looking at Porsche drives, been rapping 20 years. I'm insuring my boy's box. They call me unorthodox. I'm orthodontic when it come to profit. Safety first, but let me switch the topic. Your rappers all in my DMs to promote your tracks. Every morning logging in, I report the trash. You gotta take it on the chin if you want it bad. I'm used to it, I've been through it. I'm using my point of view as an influence. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there today. In this video, we're going to get back into some of the ladies and the drama going on in rap. Okay? Not so much drama, more letting go of some of the drama to be more specific. But nonetheless, let's get to it. All right? So last night we had this interview come out with Latto on Watch What Happens Next with Andy Cohen. And she was asked about two of her beefs that we've known about. One being Ice Spice, which we know she has recently buried the hatchet with her and Spice. They got a new song and video out. They've been seen out together. They did the stream on Kai Cenat. Like, they've mended fences and decided to be cool. You know what I mean? I don't know how long they're going to keep trying to promote themselves as a tandem. I think that whole link up benefits Ice Spice way more than it does Latto, because Ice Spice is honestly in a space in her career where she needs a little bit of saving. I noticed she's been doing some modeling and stuff like that and walking red carpets and trying to get herself back out there. She's been trying to drop music. She's promoting music even in the midst of Cardi B and Nicki Minaj going back and forth. She wanted to get her little input in there and sprinkle her trash. But nonetheless, I'll be honest and say Ice Spice is far beyond redemption at this point, just off the merits of her music. It's pure garbage. Nobody's interested in it. And the people that hyped her up when that last album came out, they not hyping her up no more because it wasn't organic to begin with. Let's be clear. People fucked with her off of her proximity to Nicki Minaj the same way people did with JT. Once that proximity has expired, the expiration date also goes on the support. Okay? But nonetheless, the record with Latto, it did get some views. That whole WWE thing, the theme, you know, and a lot of people were looking at the music video because they're like, shit, two baddies in the ring wrestling. Let's have at it. Fuck it. All right. WWE divas. Fuck it. So there's that. But as you can see, Ice Spice as a solo artist, dunzo. Now, if she comes out one day and magically starts rapping good, you're going to know that there's going to be some help behind, which honestly, if I'm 10K, if I'm who she's signed to, 10K Capital, is that the labels that she's with? Yeah, 10K Capital. If I'm with 10K, which is the team that she originally started with, if I'm Capitol Records, I'm definitely trying to find a team of writers. I'm looking for new producers, the whole nine. Riot, your style is out of here, brother. Your shit been stale for a long time, maybe even longer than Ice Spice's raps. All right? We need some new beats. We need some new writers. She's got the image on lock, but her music is straight garbage. It smells like the fucking bus, the city bus when that bitch pull up. Anyway, let me not. So Latto was asked about rekindling with Ice Spice. Previously, when Kai Cenat asked them about how they went about getting over that beef, they kept a pretty tight lip about it. They didn't really speak on who reached out first with blah, blah, blah. Ice Spice was willing to reveal that Latto did reach out with the Giat record. But now we have Latto actually giving us a little bit more info saying that Ice Spice's team reached out to her team initially to even extend the olive branch, which tells me once again that she needed saving. And it was in Latto's hands on whether or not she wanted to reach out along with it. Because she could have said, no, I'm going to stomp her ass out some more on this upcoming album that I'm working on. But she decided to let it go. Now, also in the conversation with Andy, he decided to prod a little bit more. And he said, okay, well, since you got over the situation with Ice, what about Nicki Minaj? Right? Where Latto also spoke on, I guess some level of openness to burying the hatchet on that side as well. Now, if y'all can remember last year, remember when Spotify did that whole female rap special thing that they did where they had the girls together? It was Latto, Sexy, Glow, and they had like a round table. I think Flo Milli was also involved in some of the stuff too, but they had like these different rap brackets and stuff that they did. And remember, Sexy Red was going super hard for Nicki at the time, which kind of forced Latto to be like, I'm gonna give Shawty her credit, you know what I'm saying? But she really wasn't trying to speak on her all that much. Nicki didn't like that whole list that they compiled and the whole layout that they did and all that stuff. She wasn't involved. She was like, fuck that shit. I'm not rolling. Right? But at that time, like I said, Latto was kind of reluctant to even give her flowers because it was still kind of up, but they weren't really actively at it anymore. So by the time a year later we get Andy asking about it, she's like, I'm open. So I'm going to go ahead and play the clip, and then I'm going to give you my overall thoughts on Latto being willing to move forward without drama with Nicki.
Let me just hit Latto with the number one question from King of Hot Topics on Twitter. Love seeing you and Ice Spice make peace. How did it happen, and will you be able to work things out with Nicki Minaj too?
Good question.
Good question. Okay, one at a time. First one, Grrrls. We just her team reached out to my team, and we was like
the teams.
Yeah.
And you figured it out.
We figured it out.
Okay.
At first, I was like,
Okay.
But then I was like,
Okay.
And then, I'm open to, rekindling with anybody.
Okay. You and Nicki you gonna be back with Giselle's friend Nicki?
Yes, we love Nicki. We do.
I did too.
You did? Okay.
Okay.
And that's a very interesting last piece there. She said, I'm open to rekindling. She says, I love Nicki. Latto says, I did too, right? Which, let's be clear, a lot of these ladies out here that are in the space today, they had no choice but to grow up to Nicki Minaj. You know what I mean? If you were a kid in the years between 2010 to about 2018, who the fuck else was you listening to? Remy Ma was locked the fuck up for most of that time period. They had phased out Lil' Kim. They had phased out Foxy Brown. The labels didn't want to give them, serviceable deals to keep them out there. Eve was moving on with her life. Who the fuck was you gonna get? Shauna, who, is one of the most talented female rappers to probably ever come through this bitch. She's Buddy Guy's daughter. She admitted to Sway, the reason why she jumps in and out of music is because she financially does not have to depend on it. And the music that she's done, she eats off pub, so she ain't tripping. So who the fuck else was there? You know what I mean? They weren't bumping Lil Mama like that on the fucking daily. No disrespect to Lil Mama. You had a couple records I fucked with. I rapped on a lip gloss beat once upon a time when I was younger. What, Iggy? Come on. So yeah, they definitely grew up as baby barbs. And if you had aspirations of becoming a rapper, that was your example. You know, so it's natural. And I'm not saying that to take anything away from Nicki. I'm just saying that's how life played out, you know? And then of course you had smaller rappers that just couldn't necessarily break through, but that's what it was. But as you can see, she said, I did too, meaning like, yo, once I got into the industry, we bumped heads and it wasn't really based around nothing. It ain't shit that I did to her. You know, she just wanted to little sis me, which seems to be a consistent thread that we've seen throughout the entire thing. They've resurfaced old video of Nicki Minaj talking to who was that? Funkmaster Flex, where she was like, you know, if anybody were able to get on a song with me, you know, that early in their career, they should only just be grateful for the fact that they were able to get on a record with me. Basically saying you should feel indebted to me for the rest of your career because I looked out for you. Which there wasn't no looking out for you because y'all featured on a Migos record and the Migos had to orchestrate that whole situation. So that wasn't even like you got on Homegirl album, Homegirl being Cardi. You jumped on the Migos album during the time period where it was, you know, I think he was trying to develop a little something with Quavo. So, I mean, 2025 going into 2026, the smoke and mirrors have completely faded. The people are over the bullshit. People are over the lies and the manipulation. But Latto says she's open to it. So perhaps if a conversation is able to be had behind the scenes, which I don't see it amounting to anything productive if they were to have a conversation, because once again, you're not going to be able to get a word in edgewise. As Latto, yes, you've grown, you've matured since y'all's last endeavor, last time y'all talked, but you're not going to be able to speak for yourself in that conversation because all she's going to do is bombard you with that same rhetoric that she was on before. You're the new, I'm the legend, I'm the queen. Bow down. You had no business talking to me the way you did. If you're willing to kiss my feet, apologize, you know, and go through all the hoops that I'm willing to make you jump through with fucking rings of fire, then we could be fake cool until I'm tired of your ass. It's not going to work. But I think Latto at this point, the way it seems to me, is that she's not trying to harbor ill feelings toward anybody. She's trying to move forward in her career. You know, the last couple of years was the Ice Spice battle, which wasn't all that captivating of a battle because she was so much of a better rapper than Ice Spice. It was kind of like bullying. And she didn't bully her to the level that I really thought that she would. But I think at this point, there's no other contenders out there that she's like not cool with, right? Her and Megan on good terms. Her and Cardi even. Although some people would beg to differ, it seems that they're on straight terms. Remember that they've been good, but when that call leaked of Cardi saying that she was going to go upside Ice Spice's head for talking fly, she said, I'm not pussy ass Latto. Okay? And people have been spreading some concert footage around for the last day or so, basically trying to say that Latto was putting some extra gumption in her speech while performing Put It on the Flow. And you can hear her saying pussy in between each bar, which of course Cardi called her pussy. And people were like, oh, that sounds like she's snapping back in her direction. So here's the clip that people are trying to use to fuel this narrative.
Set it off, they put it on the floor. Pussy, I done turn it out. Pussy, like shot it low. Pussy, pussy,
All right, so that's the clip that people have been spreading around on social media for the last couple of days, trying to fuel some sort of, you know, tension between herself and Cardi B, because we haven't seen Latto publicly like come out and just say, I accept your apology, we moving forward. But what Latto did come out and do is dispel the rumor in the comments of a social media account that I've never fucking heard of. So y'all saw the video I just played y'all. Then we have this account here on IG called That's So Bold, where they posted the very video. It says Latto seemingly responds after Cardi B calls her a pussy during a linked phone call about Ice Spice. Latto says, well, no. Okay? So she only said 2 words, but she says no. That's not what that was. Basically saying I was just performing. I was putting my little extra spice on there, no pun intended, and y'all took it and ran with it. The funny thing to me is that she responded to this particular page. That's So Bold. I believe they have like 16,000 subscribers on Instagram. I don't know how this page got on Latto's radar, but that just goes to show you how tapped in these artists really are to these blog pages and these accounts that just be posting drama shit. The ones that you don't even fucking know who they are, the artists do, they teams do, and they be locked the fuck in. Because how does she even get there to be responding to it unless somebody sent it to her? So with that being said, until further notice, until Latto comes out and says something with an address forwarded to Cardi B, it seems they're on good terms. They're straight. Cardi said that Cardi issued a public apology. She said she was going to give her a private apology and also buy her an expensive bag as an apology. It seems that some people don't feel that that's good enough, or they want it to not be good enough, so that Latto decides to take on a beef with Cardi B. Of course, I think there's some people out there that would love to see, Latto, who's a little younger. She's still in good lyrical condition. I think she can definitely tap back into her younger self, because she's definitely taking some bars off to try to build her aesthetic. But they want her to battle Cardi B to make up for the fact that nobody else has seemed to dethrone her. You know what I'm saying? Nicki didn't battle her, but she also couldn't, even with her outbursts and trying to, get her taken off of that Grammy nomination and all that shit. It was ineffective. So that didn't go. Nicki hasn't been able to knock off Cardi B successfully. JT tried to knock off Cardi B. That's definitely not being successful. So they want to see Latto get in the ring and line it up with Cardi and see how that goes. You know what I mean? But again, as of now, we're not getting that. And honestly, I'm glad we're not getting that, Not to mention they're trying to spread rumors, and I don't want to get too deep into this. They're spreading rumors that Latto could potentially be pregnant right now with 21 Savage's child. She just, finally admitted that she's with 21 Savage just a few days ago. So if that's the case, 2 pregnant women jumping in a ring with each other, trying to diss each other, we don't need that. We don't need that at all. Focus on your health. Focus on your wealth, prosperity, and I wish y'all all the best in y'all potential delivery. And if Latto is indeed not pregnant, I wish you the best with everything else. And I'm hoping in the future, if we are to receive any negative feedback, battles, disses, or anything, let it be founded upon something that's actually real, so that the disses can actually be interesting. I'm going to just say that, These, I know everybody's thirsty for battles. Everybody wants to get in the ring and watch and see the spectacle of it. But if it's not actually interesting, what's the point? Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If you're your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good out there, man. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'll never politic and the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I could do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy cause consulting for the stacks I built. I